Peace y'all, I am ICC and welcome back to Oddly Familiar. In this episode we take a look at 10 more video game songs. Keep in mind, some of the songs may have been admittedly influenced, borrowed, sampled, licensed and used with permission, or even done by the same producer. It's just for fun anyways, so sit back and buckle up. In our number 10 slot, we have yet again our favorite blue bomber, Mega Man. And you would never guess what level. Okay, maybe you can guess what level, considering ELEC Man is now a repeat offender. So now, I am finished calling ELEC Man a ripoff of anything, because when it sounds like so many songs, unless the producer comes out and says which song influenced it, I'll just chalk it up as a coincidence. But now, a viewer named Donovan has found yet another song that sounds familiar. Bon Jovi, She Don't Know Me. So either we have found the holy grail of stolen theme songs, or we have just found one of the most common tunes ever written. If anyone out there has a band, use this melody here, because who are they gonna say you stole it from? But now I'm curious, out of all of the ones we have found that sound like ELEC Man, which one would you guys say sounds the most similar? For number 9, we have an NES game, A Boy and His Blob. I do remember playing this game as a child, and I didn't really like it that much. I remember not knowing what the JELLYBEANS do, so I had to play and experiment a lot. While playing, even as a kid I heard this one. That intro sounds almost exactly the same as Indiana Jones, besides the fact it's an 8-bit track. And if that wasn't incriminating, look at the logos of the two side by side as you listen to how similar that really sounds. It's mostly the intro that sounds the same. After that, it kind of uses its own melody, but then they mix that intro sound throughout the song, so I can't help but remember Indiana Jones again and again. In at number 8 is a theme song that has been heard across the nation in many arcades and many homes. The Spy Hunter theme song. All of the theme songs have the same melody, and once you hear it, it's unforgettable. So it's actually quite easy to hear the next one, the Peter Gunn theme. Peter Gunn was an American private eye television series which first aired in 1958. I personally have never seen it, but that theme song is memorable and very recognizable. Originally, the game Spy Hunter was supposed to be about James Bond, but they could not get the rights to it. So it seems like they just ripped off Peter Gunn instead. Our number 7 spot is held by none other than Final Fantasy VII, one of my favorite RPGs of all time. Well, there was a certain CHOCOBO theme song that sounds oddly familiar. CINCO de CHOCOBO. Now if it sounds familiar to you, like for example maybe you heard it in the last episode, well guess what? You did hear it in the last episode. The Dave Brubeck Quartet, Take 5. After listening, I can't deny that Cinco de CHOCOBO sounds like Take 5, and not to mention, in Spanish, Cinco means 5. It kind of pays homage right in the name of the title. Number 6 is Duke Nukem 3D. If you have ever got the expansion pack, Duke Caribbean, Life's a Beach, once you made it to level 2, you were met with this song here. This one is kind of funny and definitely recognizable. Duke Nukem is known for doing stuff like this. I won't say it's stolen. I think they probably got permission for this because that is so similar, I feel they would have been sued otherwise. That's the Hawaii Five-0 theme song. This theme song goes all the way back to the original TV series that started in 1968. So not only would my parents know this one, my grandparents might know this one. In our number 5 slot, we have a PlayStation game, Wild Arms. And the song in question is the Overworld theme, which sounds like this. If it's not familiar right away, imagine that whistle as a lady's voice and think of a Western. The good, the bad, and the ugly. The ecstasy of gold. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is a Western movie that was released on December 15th of 1966. Well before Wild Arms was released on December 20th, 1996. But now I wonder if the release date of Wild Arms was picked on purpose, because that is exactly 30 years and 5 days later. In at number 4 is one of my all-time favorite video game series, Double Dragon. And it's full of great video game songs. But when playing Double Dragon 2, when you reach stage 2, this is what you are met with. Now if you didn't recognize it yet, I don't blame you, because Double Dragon 2 is a beat 'em up game, so why would you be thinking of Easy Lover by Phil Collins? Well, one of our viewers was. They mentioned it, I went and listened, and I would have to say that is pretty dang close. This one is actually kind of funny because Phil Collins usually does love songs, as you can tell from the title Easy Lover, but what in the world does that have to do with Double Dragon? So for our number 3 and our number 2 slot, I have a double whammy, and this one took some research. While playing the game Jet Grind Radio, or Jet Set Radio depending on where you're from, there is a song named Humming the Bassline. That bassline sounds familiar to me, and while playing the Wu-Tang PlayStation game, I heard that same bassline but with different instruments and sound effects. I know many hip-hop producers that sometimes take samples from songs. Here is a song on the Wu game named The Furious One. The Wu-Tang game was released in 1999 and Jet Grind Radio in 2000. And this is where my research started. I looked up the Wu-Tang song on YouTube and scrolled down to the comments. I seen someone mention a similar bassline in the movie Crocodile Dundee in Los Angeles. And shout outs to Beatnik right here, because this comment here actually helped me find it. So I reached the scene with the song in question and Shazam found nothing. So I thought about finding it in the credits. Lo and behold, I saw a song named The Furious One. Knowing the Wu-Tang song had the same name, I searched and I see the BRYAN new track. And here it is, the original song with lyrics, The Furious One.
There are 12 chapels, 11 different styles. 10 men need to run 900 miles. For 8 years my tears will be shed when 7 days.
In at number 1, I am saving the best for last, at least in my opinion. Because everyone likes to talk about how Ken's theme song is so similar to Mighty Wings, but even more incriminating and even more familiar, This theme song is none other than GUILE's. GUILE's theme is quite popular, and as the saying goes, everything goes with the GUILE theme. But what if that's not the GUILE theme song? Check out this song named Travelers by a group named T-Square. And it's not just a 30-second intro that sounds similar, this is the entire build-up, bridge, and breakdown. They all sound similar. And you know what? This song by T-Square is actually very good. I recommend looking it up and giving the full song a listen. This song gets the ICC stamp of approval. And you guys didn't even know I was handing those out today. You can definitely hear the GUILE theme song similarities, especially if you listen to a rendition that uses instruments and not just 16-bit beeps and bloops. So there you have it. Episode number 4 is in the books. I will be doing more episodes. Thank you for all the comments and suggestions. You guys are the reasons I have done so many episodes. So please keep the comments coming. I like to go through and listen to all the recommendations, and I have fun making these episodes. Anyways, I'm ICC. Thanks again, y'all. Peace.